with secular music, it's all about self. Self. The whole concept behind atheism, it's about self.
Oh, that's so true.
Genesis 3, you see it. Josh Feuerstein was saying about creating a channel or network of YouTube and Facebook, and I think we need to use it as a positive sense, but I think we tend to focus, and I think secular music brings that image of self and that self-gratification, so we tend to focus on our likes,
Right.
our updates, our how much we can control the environment, and then at the same time, we come up with silly subjects like red cups that are not scriptural based. We have to be very careful on what we say it's biblical and what is spirit led. And I think secular music and the whole spirit and concept behind secular music is that it is distracting our spirit led lives. We are not operating in discernment. We cannot discern arrogance in certain people. And we raise them up as demigods when we forget the one true God. And see, man has flaws. We are not God. There's only one God. And we have to understand that the plateau of true worship is not self-gratification. It's not Genesis chapter 3. Did God really say to take a bite of that forbidden fruit? Because fame, see, the devil knew what he was doing when he spoke to Jesus in the wilderness and said, look, I'm going to take you and elevate you. I'm going to give you all the kingdoms in the world. I'm going to give you all, in our language, I'm going to give you all the subscriptions. I'm going to give you all the likes. I'm going to give you all the retweets. I'm going to give you all the followers. When we pertain to that, we lose focus on the one true God and on the focus of the mission of the gospel. The gospel is not about us. The gospel is about Jesus Christ dying for a world. For John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his son. So we will do anything in our power as man to elevate ourselves in any way, shape, or form. And it comes out of ridiculous nonsense at times where it's all about self-promotion.
So you're essentially trying to direct that at me?
I'm just saying, sir, I'm just saying that in this realm, in the dark culture, we have to discern this, even within evangelists. I mean, were you comfortable going on TBN as a oneness preacher?
Okay, what, please, what?
Were you comfortable going on TBN as a oneness preacher?
You know what? I went on TBN as a oneness preacher, and I've stood on a whole lot of other stages as a oneness preacher, and guess what? I was invited there because I actually affect change. I wasn't sitting back in some shadow worrying about whether it was politically correct within a certain denomination or organization.
But what did your spirit say? What did the power of the Holy Spirit tell you?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and address you because you're one of the same morons that would have sat there and told Paul that he was a moron for standing on Mars Hill and proclaiming the gospel to a bunch of demonic individuals that were there worshiping false gods. And let me just point this out. It was Paul who even addressed them and said, my brethren, I perceive you're spiritual. Now, you would have sat there on a minstrel TV show and said, now, Paul, I don't understand why you would call them brothers. You want to know why? Because Paul had a spirit of wisdom about him, and he understood that you're never going to be able to get people to come to your side if you burn the bridge that's between you. And so there's something that I understand, which let me just bring up the red cup, because something tells me you may not have even watched the entire video. But
you know, sir, I don't want to talk about that. Then, I just want to know what did the Holy Spirit tell you, or what did it lead you? How was your conviction on that?
Okay, so since you brought it up, let me just go ahead and address it, because there's a reason that I go viral and you don't. Okay, so
I don't need to go viral.
That red cup.
I'm here to make Jesus known.
Can
I chime in? Not to be I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but if I could chime in, right here, I think that this could be a conversation that maybe you two can have, like off camera.
No.
I get where you're coming from, Joshua, but it's taken us a different direction.
Well, hey, look,
and I think for the greater good of what's happening already in the call, that
Okay, stick on subject. Hey, this is the attitude that a lot of people that haven't necessarily made it or feel like they've been successful usually take when someone from their same ranks have. I'm not speaking that at you. I'm speaking to the wearing the white jacket. Okay. So let me just tell you something about that Red Cup video. Okay. That Red Cup video had me 6 weeks ago to go sit down and have lunch with President Trump. You want to know why? President Trump used that video for about 8 weeks on his campaign. That video had, and dinner with Vice President Pence. That video had people, congressional leaders and people that came up to me and said, hey, what could we do for this Christmas so that we could have some sort of either national Christmas parade, et cetera, et cetera. I got to sit there in a room with some of the most powerful people in the nation and talk about how we bring Christmas back to America now that Trump is elected, because they realized he ran on that video for about 8 weeks. Now, you can say what you want, and I realize that there's a lot of guys out there, they were in the comment section tonight, like Jason West and others that have posted videos and taken shots at me and said, oh, that was stupid. Let me also point this out. Everything that I do, unlike you, is in the public eye. So even if you were to think that that was a mistake, let me just point out this. When I make a mistake, the LA Times is watching, the New York Times is watching, the Washington Post is watching. They've never even heard of you.
Well, why even mention it why even mention it if at the end of the day it's not about us, it's about him? Why even
exactly? And that's why I'm out here doing what I'm doing to fight a culture war. In fact, that's why I'm on here today. That's why Aaron asked me on this program. Why? Because I'm actually out there and influencing culture. Now, I've never heard of you, and I doubt the LA Times has written articles about you.
It doesn't matter.
Well, simply because your opinion doesn't really matter. You're coming on here on something that's meant to be about worship, and you're wanting to take shots at me over doing and saying that it's stupid when people get off on red cups. And Aaron texted me and said, dude, just let it ride, because he knew that I would run mental gymnastics around you. But here's the reality. There's a reason that God's put me in the position that he's put me and put you in the position that he's put you. And you know what? There's going to be some stuff that he's going to teach me along the way. There are some videos and some stuff that I've said and done that I wish that I could take back. But you know what's sad is all of the apostolics and Pentecostals that ran around when they saw their first opportunity, when a bunch of liberal media came after me. And I define myself by the people that hate me, not just the people that like me. Because there's a whole lot of people that come up and high-five you and want to take a picture with you. And I'll also say there's a lot of people out there on social media that want to drag your name through the mud, but when they see you at the shopping mall, they want to make sure to grab a selfie with you. Okay? But for all of the people that were out there trying to take bites out of my behind, they were sharks, not dolphins. Okay? But I'm thankful for guys like Aaron, because what you don't realize is the week that happened, the whole Starbucks thing happened, I actually was down there with Aaron. And you want to know something? Aaron encouraged me. He wasn't a shark trying to take a shot at me. He actually encouraged and said, dude, you know what? Look at the people that are writing about you. Like, it's the liberal left. It's the people that hate God. But unfortunately, and this is the problem with the church, okay? Let me just go ahead and speak to the apostolic church right now, because I'm actually about to start going back to a United Pentecostal church, okay? And actually basing out of there. But let me just go ahead and speak to the apostolic church. You want to know what the problem is? It's moments like this. For so long, we have proclaimed Acts 2:38, but guess what? It's become a pirate flag, because every time that someone even tries to get close to us, anytime that we have people out there that believe a different doctrine or see the Godhead differently, the first thing that we do is we shoot at them. And we start telling them that they're false prophets and they're this and they're that. They see something through a different lens. And what in the world good is going to come out of us taking shots at them like you're trying to take shots tonight. But why
I
would
just
Paul
simply
stand up
asked the
in front of a
question,
bunch of demonic
what
individuals?
the Spirit led,
Dude,
but
don't say that you're just asking
honestly,
a
I've
question.
seen
You're asking a
your
loaded question.
YouTubes, and it's blessed me. I was just asking a simple question. That was it.
I think we got
Bro.
to hear both sides. Josh, thank you so much. Mingo, thank you so much. Willie, thank you so much. Aaron?
Guys, I'm hoping that I'm not sure. I think most people won't make it this far in the, they're not going to rewatch this. But that's what I'm hoping. But for those of you that are still here tonight, guys, the heart of what we're trying to talk about tonight is that, when you have a calling on your life and you're a musician or you're creative of some sort,